John chapter 3, verse 19. And this is the condemnation, that the light has come into the world, that men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. They love the darkness because their deeds are evil and they don't want to change. For everyone practicing evil hates. Do y'all realize we're seeing something here that's popping up? Hate. Evil and hate go together. And evil and hate and murder go together. For everyone practicing evil hates the light and does not come to the light, lest his deeds should be exposed. But he who does the truth comes to the light. He that does the truth. You know, that seems to me that there's a change in nature, a change in behavior. Listen, my brother and sister. Somebody that is truly born again, somebody that has had a spiritual awakening and a rebirth, you are going to see a change in them. Their nature is going to change. I'm not talking about that we've all arrived, but you'll start seeing things that didn't bother them now all of a sudden start bothering them. Things that didn't make any difference, now they're convicted about it. And that's what happens. You have to be, it concerns me when I see Christians that do not have a problem with sin in their life. They just think it's okay. That concerns me because it makes me wonder about what's happened on the inside. Surely the Spirit of God convicts you of what you're doing. Now, by the way, we're not supposed to tell the world that they're sinning, but that's not true with people in the body of Christ. People in the body of Christ, the Bible tells you to point out what they're doing. The Apostle Paul did it. Remember, he was writing. Oh man, the Corinthian church, bless their heart. He came down on them pretty. Remember what he told them? There was a stepson that was sleeping with his stepmother, and the church was bragging about it. They were all walking down the street, strutting, and going, "Hey, you ought to come to our church. We're one of those progressive churches." I'll tell you how progressive we are. We got a guy in our church that he married this woman, and his son started sleeping with her. How about that for being progressive? Yeah, you ought to come to our church. We got other things going on too. We ain't got time to talk about all that stuff. And the Apostle Paul says, "Have you lost your blooming mind?" I'm paraphrasing slightly. He said, "You want me to judge you? You want me to commend you in this? I commend you not. Turn him over to Satan for the destruction of his flesh, that his soul will be saved in the time of judgment." Why? Because if he continues on this path, he's going to die. That's not progressive. And the Apostle Paul judged sin in the church. There are things in the church that we should not tolerate. But you can't do that to sinners because they're sinners. You preach the gospel to them. You'll have to excuse me. I'm about to get excited. Go to John 7:7. John had a lot to say on this. Well, it would make sense. He's the love apostle. John 7:7. This is Jesus talking. He said, "The world cannot hate you." Now, he's talking about the religious leaders, okay? He's not talking about us, you. He's talking about the religious leader. He said, the world can't hate you, but it hates me because I testify of it that its works are evil. So when you start exposing things for being evil, they're going to hate you. And Jesus in another place said, if they hate me, they're going to hate you. But remember, there's good news. In the end, Jesus got the victory. John 15, verse 17. Verse 17, "These things I command you, that you love one another. If the world hates you, you know that it hated me before it hated you." That's what I was talking about. "If you were of the world would love its own. Yet because you are not of the world, because I chose you out of the world, therefore the world hates you. Remember the word that I said to you, a servant is not greater than his master. If they persecuted me, they'll also persecute you. If they kept my word, they will keep yours also. But all these things they will do to you for my name's sake, because they do not know him who sent me. If I had not come and spoken to them, they would have no sin. But now they have no excuse for their sin. He who hates me hates my Father. So you see where this is going. It's their hate is not at you. When you share the words of the gospel, the hate goes up the line. It's God that hate is directed toward. And my brother and sister, that is a sad thing, because they have no idea what they're sealing for themselves. If I had not done among them the works which no one else did, they would have no sin. But now, do you see what he's talking about is they've heard the gospel. They have seen the signs and wonders. They have no excuse. It's their decision. In other words, so it's not a question of they didn't hear it. It's a question of they rejected it. And when that rejection occurs, it grows into hate. But this happened that the word might be fulfilled, which was written in the law. They hated me without a cause.